I told a minister friend that I was a little bit nervous about this, and she gave me two pieces of advice. The first one was, Peggy, people love you. Just relax. And the second piece of advice, don't look at Reverend Rick. She said, just look above him. Just look behind him. We'll just let it be. We'll just let it be. Well, the inspiration for my talk is, CSA is a part of a larger institution called the Centers for Spiritual Living. And every year they have an annual theme, and that's where my inspiration came from. So the annual theme for 2026 is open at the top. Ernest Holmes used that phrase to remind us that the science of mind philosophy is a living teaching. It's not stagnant. It's always changing, always catching up with new things that are always coming out. He said the philosophy was to have an unbounded, unlimited illumination while still staying grounded in timeless spiritual principles. He wanted science of mind to remain open to new insights from science or philosophy or even personal experience. He was asking us to have an open mind, to a mind that's always ready for a new influx of wisdom, to question, to be teachable, to be curious, to be open at the top. And he knew that studying these science of mind principles could enhance everyone's life, everyone on the planet, no matter what church or mosque or synagogue or temple that they attended. Science of mind behind all of those could support a life that could thrive with these principles. I love Ernest Holmes. He spent his whole life studying and learning and just enriching his life and enriching our life. He didn't want a church. He had to be talked into starting a church. He didn't think that a church was necessary. But we all want to show up together and love each other, don't we? It's just, people wanted to be together, to study together. So supporting the annual theme of Open at the Top, the March theme is, what if? What if? Now, is that an open-ended question or what? So the next time you're stuck with a project or you have a decision to make, maybe sit with what if? What if we tried this? What if? I was talking to this same minister friend, talking about the state of the world and how people are feeling. And just when I think it can't get any worse, it does. It gets worse. And it's so easy to sink into fear and blame and anger and sadness even. And many of us have things that are going on in our personal lives as well. It's a lot. I think a lot of people are feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. But I also believe that there are many people praying for peace every day. There's people right now praying for peace all over the world. I think people are ready for peace and sanity, more than ready. I've been leading the World Peace Meditation in December, every December, for about 24 years now. And every time I led, thank you, I love it. It's, peace is my thing. It's what I bring is peace. I always said I would continue doing this meditation until peace was a manifest reality. And now I begin to wonder. Maybe once a year isn't enough. We should have one every month or every week or every day. I do pray for peace every day. Well, maybe not every day, but yeah, often. But it doesn't appear to have an impact. Or does it? Can we just not see it? We don't see it on the news. We don't see it anywhere in any kind of social media that there's anything good going on in any life. It's always bad news. But I know in my heart of hearts that there is light in the world. In fact, I believe there is more light than there is darkness. We just don't know about it. We have to remember that. that there is peace on earth, maybe not in every place, but there will be, if we just let it be. And one thing I know is that prayer works. It's worked for me. I've seen it work for other people. It heals. It changes lives. And as I was thinking about this idea of peace, and can we get together and pray on peace? And so I started asking the what if. What if I asked all the practitioners and the ministers to pray every day at noon? Wow. What if I asked the whole congregation to stop every day at noon and pray for peace? That would even be more fantastic. There are at least 6 or 8 New Thought churches in Sacramento Valley. What if I invited all of them to pray every day for peace? What if I invited every church, every denomination in the Sacramento Valley, and they spread it out with their people all around the world? You know, the Centers for Spiritual Living have a ministers listserv with ministers all over the planet. I put it out on the listserv. We'll all be praying for peace every day at noon, whatever your time zone. So we have this beautiful wave of peace 24/7, 24/7. I've been called. You know, when you're called, you got to do it. You got to do it. You know, when you gather together, it's more powerful. You know, 2 or 3 are great. 100, better. 1,000. 100,000, 1,000,000. We could get 1 billion people. When we get 1 billion people praying for peace, there will be peace. There has to be. It's the law. The law of God always says yes. Yes, yes, yes. You know, God is energy. Everything is energy. We are energy. And when we turn our attention to joy and peace and love, that goes out to just bless the world. Bless our communities, bless the whole planet. And when we turn our attention to fear and worry and blame and doubt, our vibration supports more of that. The law says to us, you want more of that? You want to feel that more? I can give you more. So we have to be very mindful of our thoughts. And the moment we feel ourselves sinking into that lower place, we have to find ways to raise ourselves up. Because what we get to choose what we support with the energy of our attention. We are being called to an attention that is not good for us. We're being called to watch the wars and to watch all the things that are wrong and the things happening in Cuba and Russia and all of that. You know, look here, but don't look here. Don't look for love and peace. I'm going to be speaking again on November 22nd, which is exactly 8 months away. And I want to hear about all the ways praying for peace has changed your life and changed the world. I can't wait. I know that if we do this every day, change will happen. I'm so excited. Changing the world doesn't always require us to go out and do something like protest. Go to No King's Day. You can do that. That's awesome. That's great. If it overlaps with noon, just take a second to make a peace prayer. But there are other ways. Affirmations help us stay on track. You know, if we watch the news, then we have to say an affirmation and a prayer to recenter ourselves. I am love. With every thought and prayer, I am adding to the peace on earth. Another really amazing tool that we have, and it's actually, I consider it a gift from God, is our imagination. Let's try it right now. Close your eyes for just a moment and just imagine people all over the planet living in peace. What does that look like to you in your mind's eye? See people thriving. See them laughing. See them hugging each other, helping each other, lifting each other up. Feeding each other. Feel the joy, feel the hope. And now open your eyes. that imagination, your mind doesn't know the difference between what we just felt and if it was really, truly happening, if we were really seeing it. So imagination is powerful. It lets us see beyond the limits of how it's always been into manifesting what could be. What if we could create equity for all people? You know, equity refers to fairness and justice in treatment and opportunities. And many people in this country and all over the world don't have fairness and opportunities. And all of this goes along with our vision, which is also the vision for the Centers for Spiritual Living, is that we work for a world that works for every woman, every child, every man. And it works for everything on the planet. It's all God. The trees, the birds, the fish, it's all God. Change your thinking? Thank you. Thank you. We can add to the light of the world simply by changing our thoughts from fear to faith, from grief to hope, from anger to peace, from blame to compassion. You can just turn those thoughts around. In the Living the Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes said, happiness must be based on an inward sense of security, a sense of belonging to life and to each other, to be kind, to give, to be compassionate, and to be able to put ourselves in the other person's position. Holmes is pointing the way toward happiness and peace, cultivating an inward sense of security, a sense of belonging to life and each other, because we do. We do belong to life, and we do belong to each other. And we can be kind and giving every day. So what if changing the world isn't about force or control? What if it's about love? What if it's just about transforming our thoughts back into love? Transforming our beliefs, our feelings, our consciousness, which is our awareness, so deeply that our outer actions just naturally happen, just naturally shift. What if it was easy to bring peace on earth? Oh my gosh, what if? What if it was easy? Can you say that with me? It's easy to create peace on earth right here and right now. Because if any one of us is not free, none of us are free. We all have to be free. We all have to be living in peace. And we're responsible for our thoughts and our actions, but we're also responsible for uplifting our brothers and sisters, whether it's just in our thoughts or by going out and doing something. You know, there are victims out there that are in the midst of war, in the midst of poverty, in the midst of abuse of power. And we can uplift these people, either in our minds or in our actions. You know, each of us is a unique expression of God, and we came with unique gifts to bring. And so we can begin to cultivate, you know, what if I knew what my gift was? And then wait for an answer. What's my gift? What am I here to do? How am I here to be? And like an 8+ billion piece puzzle, we are a piece of the puzzle, and no piece is quite like any other piece in that puzzle. You know, if we believed the same thing, looked the same way, acted the same way, it would be so boring. You know, we don't have to like everybody, but we can love everybody. There's a difference. You know, it's just like with any sibling. You know, we may not get along all the time, but we still love them, right? They still have that deep love for that person, for that brother or sister. But if we can have compassion and understanding and knowing that we may not agree on everything, but we may agree about peace, and we may agree about love. And so we find that common ground, we find that understanding. So our most important principle here at CSA is that we are one, that there is no separation, that we're all in this thing together. And the God in me, recognizing the God in you, is that namaste spirit. And that's how we can show up for those that we don't agree with, for those we see on TV, for those we see every day. So if we're one, and if we are brothers and sisters, how could we hurt each other? How could we kill each other? It's just unthinkable. It just blows my mind that we're out there killing children. I just don't understand it. And I don't need to understand it. I just need to know that I'm changing it. I'm creating change. So the power of imagination is a tool we can use to loose our minds into wonder and to allow it to just wander, envisioning the liberation of all beings. You know, I had heard that Albert Einstein used to take power naps in order to get inspiration, and I wanted to make sure that was true, so I went on the internet. I didn't go to AI. You know, it's too easy to make changes on that, and this is what I found. Einstein was a notorious power napper who used brief, strategic daytime naps to boost creativity and solve complex problems by accessing the hypnagogic state, whatever that is. He often used a technique of holding a metal spoon while falling asleep in a chair, and when he drifted off, the spoon would drop onto a metal plate, waking him instantly to capture fleeting creative insights. And I experienced that in ministerial school. It was a lot of homework, a lot of reading, and I kept falling asleep. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to be in class. I keep falling asleep. And finally, I just went with it. And so I'd read and I'd nod, and then I'd read and I'd nod. And do you know what? I remembered the reading better. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. So I know it works. I know it works. Our imagination is our creative mind in action. And I found this quote from this young man called Marcel Eseli, who founded Linguaholic, whatever that is. He says, imagination is a powerful mental capability that allows us to explore beyond the boundaries of our physical world. It serves as a creative engine that generates innovative ideas, enhances problem-solving skills, and enriches our understanding of reality. Without imagination, we would be unable to envision the future, create art, or innovate, making it an essential component of human cognition and our lives. This is our inner work, to not get caught up in the stuff and nonsense of the world, but to imagine a world where all people are thriving. This inner work is an act of seeing infinite possibilities, because that's what we have with Spirit behind our back, with Spirit has us everywhere. It's all around us. That possibility is around us. So I want to bring in this powerful example of a what if. Dr. Hugh Len was a psychologist and director of a forensic ward of mentally ill criminals in a Hawaii state hospital. Never met any of his patients in person, ever. I don't know if he asked himself the what if question, but he did treat his patients in an unconventional way. He would get out the chart of the patient, and he would just look at it, and he would read it, and he would look at their picture, and he began to feel feelings. He would get angry, he would get upset, he would be sad, and he would feel all these feelings. And he knew about the powerful practice of Ho'oponopono prayer. It's a cleansing prayer, a healing prayer. And that's all he did. He looked at their chart and he recited the prayer. He didn't clean the patient. He didn't clean their photo. He didn't clean their records. He didn't clean the person. He cleaned himself of those feelings that he had. And the patients began to get better. And the staff was happier. And in a very short period of time, the inmates began to heal and started to be released. And they were determined. The inmates were determined to be healthy and to go back in society. So they were working together, even though they didn't know. And after 4 years, The ward was closed. All of them were healed and sent home. It was miraculous, a head-spinning story about the power of these statements, the ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Looking at the time here. Think about the places in conflict. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Think about it when you see the news or see political figures on wherever. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. It's about cleaning up our own feelings. And today's affirmation is so perfect. I change the world by healing what lives within me. Ho'oponopono teaches us that we are energetically connected to everything around us and responsible for all of it. You know, equity flows naturally when we understand that each life is sacred and worthy of peace and freedom and joy. And how could we ever hurt another? We would want to uplift them. But we are called to, you know, they pit us against each other. You know, like our differences, our skin color, our religion, our socioeconomic status. We can sit back and let that happen, or we can do something about it. We're here to flourish together. We must learn to see the world anew, because the outer world, it just seems like a big mess, but it really isn't. You know, there is a God, there is a divine plan. I believe that. There is a purpose to all of this mess. And there's no savior or guru coming to make sweeping changes. It starts with us. We are our savior. And we can practice our faith and trust in our higher self. We have a higher wisdom self that we can tap into. We can ask questions. We can ask for guidance. We can ask for support, and it will come to us. We can't get discouraged or get caught up in the how. We don't have to know how it's going to happen. We just have to believe that it is happening already. Change begins with a shift in consciousness, nurtured by imagination, compassion, and the courage to envision even more good. The world changes not through power over, but through love from within. And from that love, we build the systems. Maybe rebuild the systems, rebuild relationships, rebuild communities where everyone can thrive. What if? Let's make it happen. Every day at noon. Let's start there. Set your alarms. Yes, yes, yes. Let's take this message into prayer. As I just recognize there's just one life, one perfect life that we are living. And we are just setting our intentions and our prayers into the heavens, knowing that peace and harmony and equity and joy and beauty and abundance and all good things are raining down on us right here and right now. That we are being supported by so many beings on the other side of the veil. That we are already successful, that we are already peaceful, that we are already thriving, and I'm grateful for this. And so I just know I can let go of my word. I loose it into the law that only says yes, and I know it's already done. And let's seal this prayer together by saying, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
our Lord.